Hello there, I'm just catching my breath at the moment because I've just finished the training session downstairs and outside in my garage. I was going to record the video in there with the backdrop of my fantastic machine, but there's a lot of road noise on the main road. So I decided to bring you into my bedroom to try and seduce you into wicked ways. But actually, seriously, I'm just going to alter the, there we go, that's a bit better. Make the picture a little bit more attractive for you and just bring this down a little bit. There we go. So we're nice and intimate together. I did a very different video yesterday, a house tour for the, you don't have a 5-month anniversary, but to mark 5 months in my new place. And normally I would do a video on what I blog about each day. So I'm actually going to do 2 blog posts in one in this video. But I'm going to start with today's. But before I go into that, please do like and subscribe and share to spread and push this message far and wide so as many people can see it as possible. And also, if anything resonates, as you know what to do, give me a comment down below. And the first topic, so the main topic, is not selling yourself short. Very, very important. So many people believe that they're at the beck and call of other people, that the only way to get ahead in life is by giving everybody absolutely everything that they want. Oh, just there's dimples. Good. It's all very good. And what happens? What happens? God, it was a good session. What happens is that you forget completely about yourself and the needs that you need to be met. And the truth of the matter is that very few people will actually genuinely ask what it is that you want. So in life, what you have to do is tell people. Sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and let people know that, well, this is what I'm doing. If you want to support me, that's fantastic. But if you don't, then I'm going to do it anyway. And one of the reasons that I know that I haven't gotten to where I want to be by the age that I am, where I truly am meant to be as a person, is because I've allowed myself to be completely distracted by people, to let their whims and desires and actually their lack of focus completely steal my attention and my focus. And once you've gotten into a really powerful routine, really positive patterns of behavior, it's absolutely essential that you carry on forward, carry on through with those and keep your promise to yourself and the massive, potentially massive audience that you have out there for your message. You owe it to yourself and to those people to keep speaking the truth about how the world works and what the solutions are to people's problems. And believe me, and I was in between sets of doing lat pull downs. I was thinking to myself, just it's messy. There are going to be hiccups and inconveniences, if that's a word, it is now, and fuck ups, and you're going to have doubts, and there are going to be changes of strategy, and it can be really, really overwhelming. And I found myself thinking, I've got this Twitter account, and the thing is, I'm doing this with this Twitter account, I'm doing it with that, and it's like there's too much going on. Which is why it's really good to actually train your way through these things, just to actually to channel that energy into something really positive. Otherwise, it's very easy to get angry. I'm not going to lie. It's really, really easy to get angry. But this basically brings me to the point that life is what it is. And it doesn't always go as you perfectly planned in your head. It doesn't, and there are massive bumps in the road, and there are traumas to deal with and conflagrations, and often it just feels like if you're doing anything even slightly meaningful that you're constantly putting out fires, my friend. I mean, it does, gosh, it does really feel that way. But the really important thing is that you don't let anything stop you from doing what you're meant to do. You don't let anything stop you from living up to the full potential that, is all in here. It's all waiting to be unlocked. And sometimes it feels like your brain is going to explode, which is why, and the thing is, when you have to make a little change and you've gotten into a flow with things, gotten into a rhythm, and you feel like you have to make a minor change, there are two things that you have to do. You have to remember that you've already done a lot of really good work. You're building solid foundations for your future, and the changes are not actually as big as they seem. You've just had an interrupt. You've just had a minor, not even a minor setback, but just a minor change. But change in our minds, just change in danger, danger out. And it's not true. It's fear. It's false evidence appearing real. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. And that's why I have this YouTube channel, right? This is why I have this YouTube channel, in order to relate all of this information. And this YouTube channel, called Martin Pavey, Be You to Free You, Be You to Free You, is exactly what I am doing with this channel. Now, I have been sharing this content on a Twitter account that is actually designed for business. And so this was what I was kind of having this momentary irritation, let's call it. It's momentary lapse in focus. And that you've got to remember, okay, there's a devil on this shoulder and there's an angel on this shoulder, okay? And so what you have to do with this one, it's actually there to protect you. The devil on your shoulder is just the doubts, and it's to try and save you from being fantastic, okay? It's just trying to pull you back all the time. So what you have to do is this. You're not going to amount to anything, Martin. That's not true. You can't do that. Oh my God, it's just such a disaster. It's like different YouTube channels and a Twitter account and blah, blah, blah. And then the angel of light will say, thank you very much for sharing, but we don't need you anymore. We don't need you to protect me from being amazing and powerful and rich and fit and healthy. Don't need you anymore. That's what you have to do first of all. And then you have to breathe. And do you know what I've started doing? This is a little tip, okay? When I'm out on my walks, I talk to myself like a mad person, like a madman. And I think that the reason that talking to yourself has become, in our society, it's become this trope of being crazy, being unhinged, But actually, I think what it's really about, like the pubs and the clubs and the gyms and the churches being closed during COVID, you don't want people reflecting. The powers that be and everybody trying to pull you back, which will be many, it will be many. I made a comment on somebody's tweet yesterday, or I suppose, look, I'd have to bite the bullet and start saying on their post on X. And in my mind, I said, okay, X marks the spot where you win, where you find yourself. I made a comment on somebody's post on X yesterday. And I couldn't quite decipher what he meant by his reply to it. But from what I could gather, he seemed really offended. And it was really, and it's, people can take things, completely the wrong way. Completely the wrong way. But this idea of dialogue it's sort of shunned. People just want you to agree with everything that they say. But the thing is, when you're talking to yourself and you're letting it all out, I used to sort of go home in that kind of irascible, pissed off mood. But do you know what I do now? I find somewhere to sit down. Really amazing deep breath, a couple of deep breaths to ground yourself. And then all I do, I don't think about anything. I don't have a particular topic in my mind. I just stop and I just listen to everything that's happening around me. I listen if there are dogs barking, I'll listen to that. People are chatting, I'll listen to that. Without judgment, without judgment, just listening. The birds tweeting. I would still want to call it Twitter. The birds are tweeting and the brook is babbling. And just listen. I tend to find actually that it works to bring you back into the present. And all distractions and all bright shiny objects are all there in order to steal your attention away from what you're doing that's uniquely you, whatever that is, and suck you into their thing. Now, there's nothing wrong with reading things and watching videos, but, do not assume responsibility for other people's stuff. Don't do it. Do not assume responsibility for other people's business. Stay in your own business. Stay in your own lane has become a bit of a pejorative, a bit of a curse word now, curse term rather. But it's your life, it's your business, it's their life and it's their business. Very, very important. So don't allow anything to distract you and don't let little setbacks derail you. Keep going. Keep going. It's imperative that your life, and this is really important, it's imperative that your life is your own and nobody else's. So make that promise to yourself and realize that the changes are not actually that dramatic, they're not that disastrous, they're not that difficult to solve. And B, you've already done good work. You've already made good progress. And always acknowledge that. Otherwise, you, like me, have, as I've felt so many times, I can't tell you, you will always feel like you're starting out all over again. And you will feel like you've not even started to walk up the mountain, and you will forget that you are actually a third of the way up, halfway up. You may even be 3/4 of the way up the mountain. but you don't give yourself credit for it, which you absolutely, imperatively must start doing. To acknowledge, oh, actually, yeah, I have done loads of stuff in my past. There's lots of positive stuff that I've achieved. No, I don't exactly have the results that I want to have yet. I don't feel like I want to feel exactly yet, but I am on my way and I have done good work. And when you start to do that, all the pieces of the puzzle will start to come together. You've made progress. You are strong. You can do it. And you deserve to live the life that you really want to live. Make that promise to yourself today and every day. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you being here. Please do like and subscribe and share to spread this far and wide. And please do leave me a comment below if any of this resonates. And I will see you on the very next video tomorrow. Ciao for now.